This is a Saberforge ASP lightsaber hilt. ASP is the adaptive saber parts system, so that's kind of this modular parts system that's developed by Saberforge that allows lightsaber enthusiasts to kind of build their own custom lightsaber. So you combine, a pommel with a body, with a switch section, with an emitter section in order to get a complete custom lightsaber like this. And this specific lightsaber also has some added powder coating, so we have a lot of black elements along with some gunmetal gray and a little bit of gold as well. So that's a nice touch. I like the combination of the parts. I also really like the colors, so it's a really neat color scheme. And speaking of that, speaking of the color scheme and the personality of this lightsaber, now one of the things when you get kind of a custom lightsaber like this, you don't always have a name for it. So I'm naming it right here, you guys. I'm calling this Tactical Paladin. And let's take a little bit of a closer look now at Tactical Paladin. So if we go to the top of the lightsaber to the emitter section, first of all, we have this blade plug installed here. And this is an empty hilt, by the way. So we have this kind of Ahsoka Tano style emitter section. It's split at the top here. It's got a quad shroud to it, so that's pretty neat. We have kind of these faux windows sort of around the bottom of the emitter section. And then moving to the switch section, which is kind of this gold colored section, it has a few of these sort of faux windows as well around it. And to me that looks almost crown-like. So it gives it this sort of royal feel, especially to have this gold added to it as well. And then you have this sort of guarded switch section right here where you could, install switches if you wanted to. And it does have kind of this raised shroud to it. That's what Saberforge calls it. So it's sort of a guarded section so you don't accidentally press the buttons, but you could call it a raised shroud too. And oh, by the way, this top part of the section, if you want to look for it in the Saberforge store, this top part is ASP04 emitter. That's the name of it. And this middle part right here is ASP08 switch. So you can find both of those here. Now for the body, I couldn't find this. Maybe Saberforge doesn't make this as a body part anymore. Oh, that sounded weird. As a part for the body of the lightsaber hilt. But this section is from kind of the Corran Horn style hilt that Saberforge sells. It's called Emerald Knight, so you can see that there. That gives it kind of that speeder bike handle feel. So that's a pretty neat addition. We have some knurling here and kind of these large kind of window light like things too. And I do like the contrast of the kind of black right here with the gunmetal gray above it. And then finally we get to the pommel. So this pommel is called ASP02, and it has a little bit of fluting on the bottom, and it has a bit of a dish feel to it, and a little bit more black combined with the gold to it as well. And kind of the black fluting complements the black sort of faux windows that are in the switch section. So this has just been kind of a quick look at this ASP lightsaber. I'm calling it Tactical Paladin, and it was originally manufactured by Saberforge, and I'm not the original owner of it too, so I didn't pick out these things, but they do look pretty cool. So feel free to comment below.